Greetings, everybody. It is Rebirth time. We all knew that this was coming, and unsurprisingly, it's here, and we can say it now. And if you're watching this, you might be saying, wait a minute, wow, they're kind of focusing on certain characters in this promo video. This better not be foreshadowing. Well, it is. We now have the answer of the 3 characters that will be coming in the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth collaboration. First off, Zack Fair, one of the legendary characters who is very popular, will be in the game. Light Elemental Great Sword character. He's here. There he is with Cloud. Cool. Next character, kind of out of left field, but here she is. We're getting a Turks unit. Elena will be Dark Elemental, and as you can see, her limit burst does actually feature Rude. She will also be a 100 cost character, and I do believe I said it, but I'll say it again. Dark Element. She will feature both shooting based attacks as well as strike attacks too, as you can see from the preview. And the final character we will be getting for Rebirth is the president of Shinra himself, Rufus Shinra. Now, he will be a gunner-based character, is a ranged character. He will be arriving on May 1st here in JP. We don't have too much in the way of other details about that, but there will also be 2 vision cards. Should be noted that there is no free character coming with this event, which is probably going to make people a little bit angry, as it did me. I don't think it's particularly that enticing to just basically do what they did, which is essentially say, hey, Advent Children collaboration is coming back at the same time, and you can get Tifa for free. That's kind of lame. No free character is a bit rough, so it may end up just being one of those you gotta choose what you are specifically liking. Oh, and I forgot to mention Rufus is under Element. Okay, so let's get into talking about all of this. Basically, Rebirth will be starting this week, same day as SD Gundam G Eternal. There's my little bit of cross information there. And as you can see from this infographic, these are the 3 characters we'll be getting. So on the 16th, Zack Fair will be coming to the game. 23rd, I believe Elena will be coming to the game. And May 1st, Rufus Shinra will be coming to the game. So they've spread these 3 characters out a fair bit. I do not know if we are going to be seeing any other Wotv characters coming at the same time, probably at the very least on May 1st. But it's pretty spread out, and the collaboration will last, by the looks of it, until May, about the middle of May. Which is also a little bit interesting because JP collaborations are usually about a month and a bit. So if we're only getting a collaboration that lasts about a month, a little bit weird to seeing it shorter. Maybe I'm just reading in too much to this, but there it is, as Jeff Goldblum would say. So let's get into talking about some things about each of the characters, and we will start off with Zack Fair. So Zack, light elemental character, and I have to say that this is kind of looking to be Light's year, because holy cow has Light gotten a ton of support. So Soldier First Class is his main job, Light Element 100 cost, Martial Master as his sub job, and for other sub job will be Double Gunner. Taking a look at his abilities, he is considered to be an attacker with high attack power, and when the enemy is weakened, his attack power gets stronger. There's also no limiting to the weakening effects that he can do on certain characters. Basically has a lot of weakening based effects. Now, talking about Zack, he is incredibly notable because one of the big things on this character is the fact that he removes the new spike effect that was basically on Moore and Hero King Mont, and getting cancellation on it already feels a little bit bad. We're also looking at a lot of things to do with multi-attacks on Zack. Multiple hitters, his limit burst is a 4-hitter, one of his abilities here is a 3-hitter, and he can weaken various things with different attacks here. We're looking at AoE resistance penetration up. We're looking at HP absorption effects. We're looking at defense down before attacks, hit, accuracy, increased buffs for himself, as well as all attribute resistance. Zack looks like a really strong character that has a bunch of AoE attacks, but also some single target attacks, and will fit really well with what Light is doing right now. What his best team is, not too entirely sure, but we can get some details from that. We also have a few extra details in game. If I can find the right tab, there we go. So we also know that Zack has a commander ability that is for quest only, that basically covers great swords, bows, staffs, and mentors, that gives AP regeneration, as well as 5 turn effects. Really just off the top of my head, I've totally forgotten it, so I'm just gonna take a quick peek here. Increase all physical damage for 5 turns, and increase debuff resistance. As for his limit burst, decreases a certain percentage of single target attack resistance for 3 turns, deals 4 consecutive damages extra large, and with a chance of dealing a 3-turn slow effect and recovering his own E. Master ability also has reaction block rate of 40 and AP consumption down of 20. So Zack looks pretty darn cool. And here you can see what those job icons are. For people who've forgotten what Martial Master is, it's basically the wind version of Preen's Christmas fist-based job will be available on Zack. So he looks pretty damn good from just all of that data, but then we have our vision card. Now our vision card here basically focuses on AoE resistance penetration, slash attack up, accuracy up, magic damage down as the party-based effects for Greatsword, Staff Mentor, as well as Sword Warrior. And for the single target, or for the single unit as this equipped, more accuracy up, as well as AoE resistance penetration rate. And for duels only on this, which this card is tied to, we're looking at attack up as well as accuracy for vision card mastery. So overall, this is a pretty nice vision card. If you hated evasion, this will help with that kind of thing. But even in general, this looks like a solid vision card. As for Zack as a character, I think that this character is going to be pretty dang strong. What his best team looks like, not entirely sure, but looks really good. Now those are basically the details that we have since Zack is launching this week. As for Elena and Rufus, we have less details and less detail in retrospect, but we'll try and get through as much as we can. So moving on and talking about Elena. Elena is pretty interesting. Her limit burst does work on increasing her own CT while having the opponent's CT, which is kind of fun for just, a ton of momentum here. So there we go. Turk rookies is her main job. Oh yeah, 100 cost dark unit, just in case I haven't mentioned enough. Has a fist-based sub job and Saber Knight, which is interesting because Saber Knight is not one of the ones I would have thought for this character, but okay. A physical attacker with medium guard, attacker who can fight with shooting abilities and multi-striking abilities, and can also give an effect of pursuing when an ally is attacking. So that whole basically, an ally's in range, like Gilgamesh, then she will launch a follow-up attack. So Triple Blaze releases Protecting Guts before dealing large damage. That's a 3-hitter shooting type attack. Elena Punch, before attacking, single target resistance is removed by a certain percentage, and strike resistance as well. Attacks 2 bodies, or 2 characters, and has greatly reduced in healing power. And Release Grenade, which is an AoE attack, has an effect of removing certain things before. Boy, I just said that off the top of my head. Let me just double check that one. Umber definitely forgot what he was saying in the middle of this. Remove all buffs from targets, deals dark damage large, and absorbs a portion of the HP. But since that's an AoE attack and has single target resistance penetration down, doesn't particularly synergize well. So Elena's kind of an interesting unit, being very mixed from a bunch of different sources, and I can't tell if I really like her or not. Zack seems much more straightforward and therefore makes a unit. However, that being said, I do think that Elena could be just quirky enough as a 100 cost strike character to be a significant damage dealer. So keep an eye on her. She might end up being the best unit of this whole event. Well, we'll see. Now, as for the last character, Rufus Shinra, we got very little details. He's a Thunder 100 cost character, president of the Shinra company is his main job, Hunter and Axe Knight as his subs. We know that he's a pure attacker who specializes in attacking from a distance. He is a pretty major character and a huge pain in the ass if you fight him in some of the new games, and I'm kind of expecting him to be really good, but we'll see. He also has the physical spike release attack style that Zack has too, but from a distance. So we'll have to wait and see. This character we got very few details on, and we'll have to wait for the actual in-game news later on to find out. There's also going to be a second vision card. I expect this to be targeted specifically towards Rufus and Elena as well, but I'm not sure how good it will be. Probably good enough to merit it. There's also going to be 3 sets of login rewards with 2 tickets for each of the characters coming out in their respective time frames. So for that, we also have a new Buster Sword, a new gun coming, and you can probably expect that Rufus Shinra will also have something new as well. As for the Trials event, we will have the 3D Cloud action figure, which will be coming in-game, and we'll have new bonuses for some FF7 characters. And we have a secondary event, a Cactuar Hunt event, where you have a random chance of seeing a large Cactuar getting points. It is basically a high score event, but I'm glad to see that they're adding more little events like this to have fun. Now, of course, Advent Children will be coming back as well, but I will cover that in a separate video. This one mostly just focusing on the new characters and the new collaboration event, which we have now covered. Except for one last thing, Rebirth will also have a bunch of campaigns, just basically job points up, medals up, all that kind of stuff. But if you're a new player from Global, this is going to help you out in a considerable way, so it's pretty damn nice. So that is all for right now. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and thanks for continuing to support the channel. Later.